They'll be calling you a radical. We got to talk about Fukushima. Things are finally starting to hit the mainstream, finally, after all these years. And I don't want anyone to, when this all breaks loose and is starting to break loose, we've been screaming our heads off for how long? I don't want anyone to say, oh, why didn't anyone tell us? Let's see, how many videos have I had? How many has Jan had? Miss Milky the Clown? How many of so many of hundreds of vloggers and freelance writers? How many views? I don't want to hear it. I really do not want to hear it because you just turned us off. Well, anyway, first off, I'd like to say this to the tragic death of the Fukushima plant manager, to his family. I mean, it's sad. It's very, very sad. I mean, his horrific cancer death. It's horrible, and I love these. I'm going to address this first, and then we'll go on from there. China syndrome, we'll go on to the contamination of the Pacific Ocean, to the black and yellow journalism that's gone on. But first and foremost, think about this. As you work for the nuclear industry, anybody who works for the nuclear industry, they really own you. I guess they really own you. Think about the press releases that is being regurgitated by the Huffington Post, by the New York Times, by every single media outlet in the world has reposted this. When someone dies, I'll tell you what, if I was to die, it surely wouldn't be my employer making the statement and releasing the statement. Wouldn't you think? Now I can see it's a celebrity, the publicist, or a family spokesman. You know, wouldn't it be the family? The statement released on his death is released by TEPCO. I mean, really? Really? This is the arrogance of the sickening, grotesque nuclear monster, the lying, mass-murdering machine. Even in death, they own you. As they release it, and the media accepts this. The media would not accept this in any other industry. The media would be outraged, would go crazy if this was any other industry. Especially this murdering mass. You know, and I love it to where we're relying on TEPCO themselves. Now TEPCO comes out today, or yesterday, and says, you know, our own watchdog, which is basically them, it's out of control and it's into the ocean. This is coming from them now. As we've known, it's in the ocean the entire time. Now I'm going to tag this video right here. It's important you watch these two videos. Now, granted, it's going to set you back. And you're going to say, whoa, listen to this crazy maniac go. Yeah, because I'll tell you what. And rightfully, I look back on it, my reaction when this happened, I just spit it out, and I went crazy. I look back on the reaction because, was it the final blow that sent me over? My subconscious understood this and knew this. I ended up with an extreme, hardcore, aggressive form of AML leukemia 6 months after, in October, one day, in perfectly good condition, like I was bowled over. And I want everybody to know this too, as far as my treatment and my care goes. I would have never taken chemo. I wouldn't give chemo to my freaking dying sick dog. I watched my father die from it. It's a horrific, it's a last resort. I want people to know this. My treatment has been extremely alternative. My treatment has been extremely progressive. Meditation, prayers. The tumors had wrapped, my form of leukemia is called de novo OS, it presented in tumors. The diagnosis thus wrong, wrapped around my lower bowel, my lower right mesentery. Was strangling me off. And it was those tumors that were attacking me like wolves that almost took me. I had no other option. I absolutely had no other option. I mean, I was within basically hours of death. I was losing 7-8 pounds a day. But for years and years all across these lands, we have automatically bone marrow transplant a person. They'll chemo if they can get through that nightmarish with the central line in my jugular vein, in my spine, in my brain stem. I mean, the treatment is, I don't think people have any clue. You know, there's been, including Paul, my beautiful best friend, one of them that I grew up with since we were boys, who was in this vlog every day. We've had a whole group of cancer fighters in this vlog that have left us, that you wouldn't recognize that you would recognize if you said their acronym they used as far as Google names go. From then on, the chemo in me and everything, the prayers, the meditation that I've developed this meditation process that really the cells fight back through my body. I developed it on my own as I would walk down into Memory Grove. Serious meditation. Oh, and I think the irony of it is the one thing that I really feel like has helped me so much is vitamin D. I'm a carrot juicer I drink so much carrot juice. Where does that power come from? I mean, I think it's one of the ironies of this whole story. From the sun, from the sun, from the sun. Is we find out more and more that vitamin D is so good. And I use so many different alternative medicines, and I use so much meditation in my diet. I mean, I've been so vigilant on this fight. I finally got a clean bone marrow test, 100% clean. As the doctors, they'll tell me straight up, I have this amazing team of doctors and this amazing dietitian, these amazing people that are fighting for me, and all you people, there's no doubt the prayers that were done all over this world for me. The power, I mean, the thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of prayers that have been said for me simultaneously in temples and beaches, in homes. You know, there's no doubt that power has freaking done so much. I know that it's healed me. You know, people can say whatever they want to say. My doctors, you know, they've been very supportive of my ways. And, you know, my counts have been very slowly coming back, but they're like, we're just watching, Kevin. You know, you keep doing what you're doing. The death of him is so tragic. There's been many of them die over there. They used homeless people. They took homeless people, and there are hundreds and hundreds of them. So many of them died. People, and then they say, oh, he was only exposed to X amount. No, TEPCO's lied about everything the entire time. China syndrome is going on. How long ago did I report China syndrome was happening? I mean, this logic is so many have said, I mean, we have a small army here. We have it's almost like a family that have been supporting of me, Jan, Miss Milky the Clown. You know, there's been so many. People, when they say, oh, there was nobody that told it, all freelancers. It's been all freelance. It's been cutting edge. It's been new. It's been dynamic. I mean, think about the young man who actually went with his own money to Japan, was giving beautiful, magnificent videos out of Japan. So many people, you know, Joni Ray, who invited me down to Southern California, as I've been fighting the songs thesis. I've been fighting the song. I want people to know this. I've been fighting songs since 1968. My father fought songs from the Pendleton Marine Base. I mean, my whole life I've been fighting songs. I was fighting from my hospital room in critical condition. As far as China syndrome going on, leaching into the sea, getting into mainstream media now, finally, because the Uncle Tom media, I'll tell you what, somebody says, hey, Kevin, you should build a website and keep track. Oh, do I have track? We have track of you journalistic whores that have played this game and went along with us, the Eric Lacks, the Peter Gales of the world. Oh, I've got a list. Oh, do I have a freaking list. CNN, Sanjay Gupta, the biggest violator of them all. And I go into that over and over and over. Well, we know who you are. And you participated in this greatest cover-up in human history. This dwarfs any other freaking. This is, as I like said, what America is from 1989 till present is Mark McGuire swinging Albert Bell's back, riding Lance Armstrong's bike. But this is the top of the capitulation heap. And I want everybody to know, as far as our artwork goes, Thomas Ackerman and I's post-ignorance that we're doing with our sketches with tomato soup. This one right here, Michael Hastings. If there's ever whatever money is raised from that, 100%, every single penny will go to his wife and his family, or any place that they want, his wife wants it to go, as far as finishing up his story, whatever. That's where it will all go. All of it. You know, he was my favorite journalist of all time, one of my favorite people of all time. Here we go with the machine. Fukushima, as it's pouring into the Pacific Ocean, it's being reported now, oh, watchdogs are saying, it's been pouring into the Pacific Ocean the entire time. Now yesterday, there was a report that came out of a sea lion who had been blinded in an accident in 2010 right here at Hogle Zoo. So I called down there. I had some talks yesterday with some people. My theory is this. Yeah, because the sea lion was rescued in 2010. And then it got cancer July 4th, they said, and just went just like that. That's how cancer works. With those beautiful mammals, my theory is this, that the sea lions are such an incredible, amazing Pacific Ocean, incredible mammal. Just like you, beer-drinking, freaking American, I used to be an idol watching two-legged mammals. I think they're so sensitive, like the young, beautiful female is so sensitive to these diseases. They're screaming at us. As people say, well, you know, they rescued in 2010, didn't get out of the ocean. Yeah, but here in Utah, we have a huge amount of nuclear fallout in it. It's accumulated. You have to realize it's accumulated. We had 300 open-air tests in Nevada. We all knew what a downwinder was in Utah. It's accumulative, so it's already there. What does that mean? It means that it lays in your body. You're born with the Nevada test site, especially as a Utah. You're born with Chernobyl in you. The more, and then it triggers. Well, we're getting hammered by Fukushima. People think, oh, no, you know, it still isn't going on. It's been pushed in the Pacific. We're getting fires burning out. They had a massive release into the atmosphere on July 5th to July 4th, right when this sea lion, I think the sea lions are screaming to as part of my gig in San Diego. That's what it's going to be all about. Where are the studies? Where, you know, and the Uncle Tom media, the Uncle Tom marine biologist that you think, you know, God forbid if you ever get cancer is all I got to say to you. And if you ever do and somebody's in your loved one, you know, boys, I hope you don't sleep for 1,000 years at night. I hope your conscience burn in the lowest form of hell. And you people think I'm evil to say that? How many people have I watched die from this evil disease? What, just because it doesn't kill you right now, bowling you over? Just like this, oh, esophagus cancer, as his family report, it's not his family. They even own him in death? They report, oh, it wasn't, are you kidding me? No, just another freaking coincidence. Anybody who works in the nuclear industry, fact, you work at a nuclear plant, or you live near a nuclear plant, your statistical probability of dying of AML leukemia and or thyroid cancer and or all these things is so much higher. It goes up exponentially. Nuclear fallout is cancer. It is cancer, period. You know, you can lie with me all the while. People say, oh, Kevin, you're over the top on the way you report versus, but look at the other side. Look what I'm trying to counter. Look at this lie. Oh, and he's so blatant in your face as he's reporting himself that this was killing. And he thought that would take 5 years. It only took 2 years. No, but you're going to believe TEPCO, the greatest liars in the freaking history of mankind. As this thing's been going to the Pacific Ocean the entire time. Now, China syndrome. Now, how do we know factually that China syndrome is happening? Trinium. The trinium levels rising from TEPCO themselves. And think about this, 850 plus days. And we're relying on TEPCO. I mean, how grotesque, it just shows you the grotesque obscenity of all this. The black and yellow journalism, the marine biologists, the entire world, especially the so-called media, which is pathetic. Oh, do they have blood on their hands? How is it possible, the greatest ecological disaster in human history, how is it fucking possible that there is no one over there giving us freaking reports? No one. No one. Well, just like how is it possible that BP was allowed to seal off public-owned beaches and burn freaking mammals on American public oil? That's how it's possible, because America is not America anymore. It's not the power of the people. Now, what we did in San Diego, that was power of the people. But the local media in San Diego broke ranks and helped us out, as there were thousands of people that participated in that, taking that down. And we have so far to go. Is it too late? I don't know. I don't know. But my story of being alive, keep going with this, you know, every time I do one of these videos, every time I think about Paul, I think about, you know, Dana. She let us go into her rooms with this. This YouTube vlog, there's been lots and lots of people that have been fighting, who watch these videos and comment on these videos in the past. Many of them passed recently. All of them who got cancer post-Fukushima. Well, now we have another one. You know, we're fighting for him, too. This surely was not his fault. This was not his fault. It's the nuclear lie, the machine, as it was said in the Battle of Chernobyl. She said in that beautiful freaking line of hers, she said the worst thing to come out of that meltdown reactor was not cesium, was not plutonium, it was lies. It's not only the perpetrator of the lie, the nuclear machine, the greatest cash cow in world history to protect their wealth, but it's the Uncle Tom media, it's the Uncle Tom marine biologists. Those are the culprits. And we know who you are, and we will never forget. As I always knew this was going to explode. I've said how many thousands and thousands of times on this vlog, this is not going away. I'll say this. It was my post-ignorance. As I wrote this in 2010, I said if we don't pivot now, it will swallow us whole. I see post-ignorance as a pure art movement in the concept of art itself, in the concept of artist culture, in the concept that people are culture, in the concept that inspiration and influence are great historical artists like Van Gogh on the lake, like poets reference Kandinsky, like Monet to the sunlight, morning, dawn, winter, fall, spring. It is influenced by the in vogueness of the time. My look in the culture art there as today, economic theory, popular culture, art there more reality, lack thereof art, the mind of seeing when others for unsubcognitive reason do not see. Everyone saw light for millenniums, everyone saw a simple light for millenniums, everyone saw eclectic color for millenniums. It is more per se than the artist. Monet saw the light, Millais saw the struggle, Van Gogh saw the line, Smithson saw the simplicity of the line and shape against the landscape. Kandinsky saw the election of color and shape. Pollock saw the color of dynamics in motion, but much more than that, they saw decades ahead of the truth. Their minds saw fact and truth. Their minds were strong enough to act upon what they understood when all others did not understand, not yet. They had strong backs and knew how to work. They were the purification of ambition, intelligence, education, smooth with worth ethic. I have visualized for, and have for over 2 decades, known via my hawk and trowel, via my keyboard, via my paintbrush, via my cardboard $3 throwaway camera, via my flip video camera, via my soapbox, YouTube, via my websites is this: poetic injustice to the entire world, wars without provocation, pain without a crime, love without an artistic spirit, ignorance with a club, a big club. As a counter, what I have termed neo-ignorance is post-ignorance. I see post-ignorance like this, as a movement in pure intellectualism, and a broad intellectualism. Not I know art history, not I know how to draw like a camera, not I know how to interpretate, and not I know how to incorporate, but I know culture. I know environments in the more exposed manner. I know economics, I know geopolitics, I know metaphors, good and bad. I know struggle and what it feels like to be stolen in wealth and mind, artistic and benevolent. I wrote this long before Fukushima happened. Chernobyl's going, China syndrome is going on. The cover-up Chernobyl was so grotesque. We know China syndrome is happening, it's being reported. We know for a fact it's going on because of the exponential readings in the tritium. It's the only answer. It's going on. We don't even just need logic and reason, which so many of us always have known this was going on. This is the greatest catastrophe in human history. The greatest food basket on Mother Earth, the mighty, mighty Pacific. Not just in the food, not just in the sailing, not in that beautiful blue, in such a spiritual way. As we know the spiritual powers, the dolphins, the fish, the sea lions. We know how much the Pacific Ocean has meant to culture, to humanity, for millions of years. We've taken all that. We've taken all that and just went ahead and dumped, and it's okay with all of you people. As 99.999% of the populace, do they deserve this beautiful, incredible? Hell no. Do they deserve for us to fight for them? Hell no. But as small groups can change mighty masses. And think about this, because I think about all these creepy assholes who attack me every day. There were people sending me freaking emails in critical condition in the hospital. Aren't you dead yet? You know, I have hundreds and hundreds of just incredible hate. Incredible hate. Because we're doing this for free. We're doing this out of the freaking... It's almost like we have to. I will say this. None of those people deserve this beautiful, incredible earth. But you know what? It affects every one of us. And the small group of people that do fight for this, that do deserve this incredible, beautiful earth. And future generations, like our kids and our grandkids and our grandkids' grandkids. That's who we're fighting this for. Stay with this story. It's unfolding. It's going to explode into contemporaries. And I don't want to hear one single person out there say, oh my God, why didn't they tell us? Stay on, tune it.